What can happen when you stay home alone? Are you safe with a camera on the doorbell? Is it possible that someone will want to rob you and take all your property? That night, August 20th, 2013, the burglars got tricky. The chime of the doorbell breaks John's concentration. Setting his book aside, he glances at his smartphone. The doorbell's app displays a live feed of a man holding a pizza box, his cap shadowing most of his face. John's brow furrows in confusion. He's certain he didn't place any order tonight. The shadowy figure outside, clutching a pizza box, appears just as uncertain. The man's eyes dart around nervously, avoiding direct contact with the doorbell camera. Sweat glistens on his forehead, betraying his anxiety, even as he attempts to play the part of a relaxed delivery guy. Taking a deep, steadying breath, the burglar taps lightly on the door, trying to emulate the casual knock of a genuine delivery person. "Delivery," he calls out, his voice slightly shaky, betraying the facade. To further his charade, he shifts the pizza box to one hand and with the other, reaches into his pocket, pretending to pull out a receipt or order slip. He squints at it, leaning closer to the door, as if trying to match the address. All these actions, John surmises, are calculated moves to determine if someone's home and, if so, to convince them of the authenticity of the delivery. As John weighs the risks of confronting the so-called delivery man, the low hum of his smartphone's vibration draws his attention once more. The screen displays another figure, distinct from the first, stealthily approaching from the back garden's shadowy pathway. This second intruder, unlike the first, lacks the guise of a delivery person. Instead, he dons dark, nondescript clothing, seemingly designed to blend with the night. As he nears the door, he crouches, attempting to minimize his visibility. Periodically, he casts furtive glances towards the windows, possibly looking for signs of movement or light that might betray the presence of an occupant. At one point, he pauses, cocking his head slightly as if trying to catch any sounds from within, perhaps the murmur of a television or hushed conversations. Hearing nothing, he proceeds, taking out a small flashlight, its beam dimmed with a cloth, and surveys the door's lock and handle. Approaching the door, he gingerly tests the handle, hoping, perhaps, for the serendipity of an unlocked door. When it doesn't budge, he retrieves a set of slim tools from his pocket, likely lock-picking instruments, and sets to work. His actions are practiced, methodical even, but every so often he'd pause, looking over his shoulder, betraying an undercurrent of tension. All the while, unbeknownst to him, John watches, the doorbell app acting as his silent, unblinking eye, capturing every nuance of the intruder's behavior. Tension grips John. The pretense becomes clear. The delivery man is a distraction, a facade to gauge if anyone's home. Trying to keep calm, John silently moves away from the windows and reaches for the landline, dialing 911 with trembling fingers. The first man knocks again, more forcefully this time, while the other begins inspecting the windows, perhaps looking for an entry point. In the otherwise tranquil ambience of the suburban evening, a faint but unmistakable wailing emerges. At first, it's just a distant murmur, blending with the natural sounds of the evening. However, as the seconds tick by, the siren's cry grows steadily more pronounced, breaking the calm and making its presence known. Both intruders, momentarily absorbed in their deceptive roles, suddenly freeze. Their heads snap up, trying to discern the direction and proximity of the approaching wail. The delivery man's eyes widen, the earlier facade of confidence replaced with a raw, unmistakable dread. He locks eyes with his accomplice, and in that brief, silent exchange, a realization passes between them. they're in jeopardy. A glimmering blue and red light, reflected first on the dewy grass and then on the neighboring homes, precedes the actual sight of the police cruiser. The rhythmic flash, typical of patrol cars, intensifies the burglar's alarm. They hadn't anticipated this. John's phone had died, after all. It was just an uncanny twist of fate. A routine patrol car had noticed something amiss. Maybe the unfamiliar delivery van parked too far from any house, or perhaps the oddly lurking figure at John's back door. Frantically, the delivery man drops the pizza box, its contents scattering, creating a trail of deception left behind. Without a shared word, both men bolt, their paths diverging as they desperately seek escape routes. One dashes toward the adjacent alleyway, while the other hurdles over a garden fence. The police cruiser, now clearly in view, slows as it nears John's residence, the observant officers already piecing together the unfolding scenario from the telltale signs left in the intruder's wake. John exhales deeply, releasing a breath he didn't realize he'd been holding. He sits back down, his heart still racing, and holds his cat close, finding solace in its purring. The doorbell camera's blinking light serves as a silent guardian, watching over a night that's regained its tranquility. This story happened on September 19th in one of the districts of California. It was a home robbery that will be remembered for a long time by all Californians. Ben Wilson, a tall man in his mid-30s, is walking home after a date with his girlfriend Anna. Bright daylight gently illuminates his face, showing a relaxed demeanor. Back then, he had no idea what a test life had in store for him. As he approaches his home, a modest two-story structure with a well-manicured lawn, something feels amiss. His earlier ease is replaced with apprehension. The front door is slightly ajar, its lock tampered with. The shadows inside seem to be darker, deeper, hinting at a presence. Hesitating only momentarily, curiosity and concern drive him forward. Pushing the door gently, he peers inside. A broken vase, scattered cushions, and open drawers greet him. A realization dawns, he's not alone. Ben's eyes dart to his phone, and with trembling hands, he dials 911. He retreats a few steps, seeking refuge behind a nearby tree, the weight of the situation settling in.
Good morning. What's your emergency?
Hi, my name's Ben Wilson. I just got home and found my front door slightly open. I think someone might be inside my house.
Okay, Ben, I need you to stay calm. Are you safe right now? Are you outside the house?
Yes, I'm standing outside, a little ways down the street.
Good, stay there and do not approach the house. We're dispatching officers to your location immediately. Can you give me your address?
It's 142 Elm Street.
Officers are on their way, Ben. While we wait, can you tell if you've noticed anything or anyone unusual around the property?
I haven't seen anyone come out, but there's a light on in my bedroom upstairs. I didn't leave it on.
Understandable. It's essential you stay where you are. Officers will be there shortly to assess the situation. Stay on the line with me until they arrive. We're here to help.
Okay, thank you. I'll wait right here.
In broad daylight, the group of robbers had to act more strategically and quickly. They parked their nondescript car a short distance away and quickly entered the house through the backyard fence. This footage was captured by a surveillance camera. Thanks to this footage, the police were able to find the car and its owner. Upon entering the house, they quickly split up and began to inspect the property. Their actions were synchronized, indicating pre-planning and possibly prior knowledge of the layout of Ben's home. In the living room, one of the burglars, wearing gloves, targeted the electronics. A high-end sound system, a recently purchased smart TV, and a modern game console with games were their primary targets. Throughout the robbery, one member stood as a lookout, peering occasionally through a slit in the curtains, ensuring they remained undetected. The robbers communicated in whispers or subtle hand gestures, emphasizing the need for silence and speed. The distant wail of sirens grows steadily louder until flashing red and blue lights pierce the night. Police vehicles converge on Ben's house, officers quickly forming a perimeter. Their every move speaks of urgency and precision. With no immediate way in and fearing the potential danger of lurking inside, an officer begins to forcefully break down the front door. Each blow reverberates, echoing Ben's rapidly beating heart. But as the front door finally yields, a rustling emerges from the backyard. The intruders, sensing their window of escape narrowing, make a desperate dash, disappearing into the maze of neighboring yards. The robbers, in their audacity, have begun targeting parked cars on the street. Surveillance video from a neighboring house confirms this. The robbers began to loot the cars of their neighbors in search of escape, looking for any way to find transportation and escape from justice. The video clearly shows that these people are professional car thieves. But the sounds of the alarm scare them and they run away. Police officers, aided by the sharp-eyed neighborhood watch, corner them. The final scene unfolds as the culprits are detained, handcuffed, and searched. Among their possessions, a chilling discovery is made: weapons, hinting at potentially darker intentions had the night not turned in Ben's favor.